All right, welcome back to the Boomer Backfield pod. We just had a heartbreaker to Missouri, and we're going to dive into it. My name is Spencer May.
I'm Kylan Lacaze.
And I am Colby Routh.
Yeah, I mean, 30-23 loss. We're up a touchdown, 2 minutes to go, and defense allows Drew Pine to drive down the field. Former Sooner Theo Weiss catches one in the end zone, and then Jackson Arnold fumbles the ball. Scoop and score Missouri, and that sealed the deal. Yeah.
We suck.
Yeah, we suck.
We're a terrible football team.
We're really bad. It was just a really bad game. I mean, for literally both sides, I would say special teams played really well, but
how about Zach Schmidt?
Zach Schmidt, Luke Elzinga.
What a leg.
Playing great.
Wow. Good for him.
Yeah, but a lot of things to work on other than that.
Yeah. I just want to say that I have watched OU football since I was a little kid. Been a fan of OU football for as long as I can remember. This is the worst offense I have ever seen since I've been alive. It is atrocious. This might be the worst team I have ever seen.
It is.
Since I've been alive.
It is.
Statistically and also just emotionally and talent-wise, this team's terrible. And worse than the Blake Bell years and the Landry Jones years.
Which close.
Landry Jones, I couldn't stand him. We were ranked number 1 with Landry at one point.
Yeah,
so, and we went to bowl games all the time. So this is the worst OU team I have ever seen in my entire lifetime. And it's an embarrassment to this program, to this university, to all the people who love OU football. This team is just an absolute embarrassment to what everything this program stands for and is. So with that being said, this team is terrible. Our offense is horrible. I hate our defense. I don't hate our defense. They're not as good as we thought they were at all. And I'll stop rambling. I'll let Kylan speak a little bit, but
I mean, like you said, we've both been fans since we were little kids. And it's honestly like, I think me and Colby were talking, and I said, it's just really like, I've stopped feeling like the emotions that I hated when we would like lose or like win. I'd get so excited, and then when we lose, I'd be so upset. I have literally stopped feeling like all feelings for OU football.
Yeah.
And there's multiple people. I literally texted Judy Spencer when we scored that touchdown to take the lead, was that to tie it? I think it was to tie. It was to tie the game 16-16.
Which one?
The Taylor Tatum flea flicker.
Yeah, that was to tie it, yeah.
Judy goes, oh my God, that's so good. I said, watch this. Something silly's about to happen. She's like, quit being pessimistic. Billy Bowman, scoop and score. Oh my God. I said, just wait. Wait.
I can attest to that.
I look at Colby. I said, something silly is going to happen.
Yeah.
And what proceeded to happen?
Something silly.
Something silly happened. Because it always, I literally, everyone was losing their minds on that little flea flicker, little fake Taylor Tatum. I just stood there.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I didn't even jump up. Billy Bowman, little scoop and score. I just stood there. I literally, because I just knew. I was like, there is no way we win this game this easy. We keep getting lucky. Luck runs out. At some point, luck runs out.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there and saying, how do we shoot ourselves in the foot game after game after game after game after game? It baffles me, actually.
Yeah. What's really disappointing about this team, and really, if I'm just being honest here, the last 3 years, and we all can agree to this. Spencer, you definitely can attest to this, but me and Kylan have been OU fans our entire lives, and we've grown up watching these amazing OU teams play, and we get to college, and we come to OU, and we think, man, we finally get to live here, like, through what we've seen, Baker, Kyler, Jalen, then Caleb Williams gets in. Like, we thought Spencer Rattler was going to be cold, and then we get Caleb Williams, and then, like, you have all this excitement. And the 3 years we've been here have been horrible. Literally the worst 3 years. And we can always say, oh, we had a 10-3 season last year. We had the Mickey Mouse of Mickey Mouse schedules, and we still lost 3 games. It's terrible.
We lost the last Bedlam.
We lost the last Bedlam
lost the last
and
Bedlam.
Kansas. It's like we had the Mickey Mouse and Mickey Mouse schedules. We shouldn't have lost a single game that entire season. So, and Spencer, I mean, he is, and I'll let you say this, but he's told me millions of times that there's guys that have been on the video staff or working for the program that have 6, 7, 8 rings, whatever, bowl rings, playoff appearances, all this gear, and we're not even, we haven't won a single bowl game, and we're not even going to go to a bowl game this year. And it's like, of course, like, and I'm not trying to be like Debbie Downer, but it's it's really sad when like you love the team and you live in Norman and you're like, man, I'm in college now, I get to go watch this. And this is the result that we get. After being OU fans for literally since I was alive, this is the 3 years that we get.
Yeah. Just disappointing. I mean, last night was super disappointing because, I mean, for me, it was like, if we win this game, I get, we get to go on this bowl trip. The season lasts basically another month. A lot of, a whole trip, some shoes, another game to look forward to. And now it's like season ends in a couple of weeks. And it's like, dang, like that sucks. I'm obviously assuming we're losing to Bama and LSU. So just disappointing. I mean, that was part of why it was so disappointing last night. And then on top of that, just the way we lost, who we lost it to, Eli Drinkwitz, just all that.
God,
but I want to
still a goober.
I think that we should open it up talking about just the team and BV. So I think that was a lot of the narrative last night. There was a lot of talk about Jackson. There was a lot of talk about everything. But I think the big talk last night on Twitter was like, has the time come to turn our back on this guy? I'm going to go back to his first season, which was crazy times. And I remember talking to my buddy at the beginning of 2023. And I was talking to my buddy at the beginning of the 2023 season, and he was like, do you think we're going to win a few games? Like, or do you think we have the... It's like, yeah, probably. I think we're going to take a big step defensively and all this stuff. And he's like, I don't know. Brent Venables just finds ways to lose games. And that has stuck with me for so long now because I'm like, that is so true. He finds ways to lose games. Mm-hmm. His first loss was at Kansas State at home. Unranked Kansas State at home.
In 2022.
We were number 6 in the nation. Unranked Kansas State comes to our house.
Adrian Martinez.
And we lose by 7, just like hanging on. Then we played TCU at TCU. They were crazy this year. Valid loss.
Yeah. Went to the Natty.
We go unranked versus unranked Texas. Get beat 49-0. They weren't even that good that year. They were all right. And then number 19, Kansas, we beat them at home. Beat Iowa State on the road.
Points.
Yeah. Beat Iowa State on the road. Then it's like, this is when this 2022 year, November, was crazy. Because this is when we went from
November was ridiculous.
This is when we went from like, oh, we lose to K-State. That's something Lincoln would have done. We lost to Texas. It's Texas. And we lost to TCU. They're playing great.
Yeah.
So up to this point, we're thinking it's all right.
Yeah.
Then we lose to unranked Baylor at home by a field goal. Then we go to West Virginia, unranked West Virginia, and lose by a field goal. And then we beat OSU at home because
we didn't score after the first quarter.
Yeah, we didn't score after the first quarter.
Yep.
Then we go to Texas Tech, unranked Texas Tech, and we lose by a field goal on a horrible coaching job timeout to ice his own kicker. Then we go to the Cheez-It Bowl, and we lose by a field goal. And it's just unreal, like, how close this team is, but in a bad way, in a terrible, terrible way. Not in like a Lincoln Riley close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't even know what to say about
what's
BB.
his overall record?
It's got to be
good.
close to 500.
Here, we can find it right here.
I mean,
21-15.
Never mind.
So he's 21-15. He's just over 500. 0-2 in bowl games.
And let's just mark off like 8 of those games as Temple or Houston or UTEP or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So what is he really in like conference matchups? What's his record there? Probably 500. Like actually.
I don't know if it's 500.
Here's what I'll say about Brent Venables.
I don't think it's 500.
It might not even be 500.
11-13 in conference play.
So he has a losing record in conference play overall. Here's what I'll say about Brent Venables. And I have said this on previous podcasts, and I get hate for it, and I don't know why. If Brent Venables was not such an amazing human being and just a great leader and a great person, everybody would be coming for his head right now if he wasn't an OU guy. You have other coaches, and I've said this and I'll say it again, that have faced the exact same circumstances Brent Venables has. Literally the exact same circumstances. Hired at the same time, conference realignments that are outperforming him, and we're not even close. Not even close. Oregon, Dan Lanning, hired in December of 2021. They're the number 1 team in the country. They took our quarterback, and they're probably going to win the national championship this year. Look at Deion Sanders, hired a year after Brent Venables, goes 4-8 last year, and now they're 7-2. They're second in the Big 12. They kind of have a Mickey Mouse schedule, a cakewalk to the Big 12 championship. Look at Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly has a 3-loss season, so what? But LSU's been playing really good all year. Like, you're seeing these other coaches, and really the one exception is Lincoln Riley. He's the one exception that has been performing well. But Brent Venables, I'm tired of the excuses. I'm tired of hearing after every single game, we should have coached our guys better. We should have prepared them better. We need to do a better job of getting them ready for the game. You've been saying that the last 3 years. You have your guys. You can't tell me, oh, it's your first year, it's your second year, you don't have your guys. Your guys that you recruited are juniors now. They're starters. You've had opportunities in the transfer portal and you haven't taken them. You hired a horrible offensive coordinator inside, which got fired from UNT, from his job. I love Brent Venables as a man and as a leader, and what he's doing for like the players, like you said, Kylan, last night about outreach in the community and how he's building them. But our football team is atrocious, and I don't think you can look at 2023 and see 10-3 and say, oh, that was like a step up. It's like, no, we had the easiest schedule in the Big 12, and we lost 2 games and didn't even make the conference championship, and we were banking on BYU overtime at Stillwater to pray and win the game, and they lost. We were praying for BYU to win in Stillwater so that way we could go to the Big 12 championship. So I'm sick of it. And I'm not calling for Brent Venables' head, but what I'm saying is that enough's enough. And I really feel like this is the start of the 90s, and it's really scary to me because, and you can say, oh, we've had injuries, the players are playing. Well, Brent Venables needs to have better depth. If the injuries are that bad, we need to have better depth. He's also recruiting these guys to come into the program. We have a quarterback controversy. Why do we have a quarterback controversy? Because Brent Venables hasn't put the right guys on the field, so that's why we have a quarterback controversy, because we don't have good options. I don't see it anymore. I think he's not going to get fired this year. He's not. They're going to give him another year at least. But what the scary thing for Brent Venables is what's the upside, right? Like, we give another year. Okay, how much better is the O-line going to get? Do we have some amazing 5-star quarterback coming in that we're really excited about? Like, do we have any big-time receivers coming back? I mean, Nick Anderson's been hurt all year. What's his name? Jaden Gibson's been hurt his entire time in Oklahoma. It's just like, what do we have to look forward to next year? You can't tell me an OC's going to come in here and change the whole program. I don't know.
I mean, I think the contract extension is looking all pretty premature now. Very premature. I do think 10-3 was a step up, because if you look at this 2022 schedule, it was just as cupcake as the 2023 schedule. I mean, this is just as easy.
K-State, Iowa State, Texas, TCU, OSU.
That's basically the same teams we played the next year.
We didn't play K-State.
I mean, that's one.
TCU lost their quarterback and didn't go to the Natty.
I'm just saying, like, we basically had a similar schedule Texas was much better. Texas was number 3 in the nation when we played them. Texas was unranked when we played them that year. I'm just saying, I think the schedules were fairly similar, and BV did a lot better. I think we're a better team. I mean, I think most people would say.
I think it's safe to say we're a better team.
Yeah, like a big step up on both, especially on offense. On offense, we were a huge step up.
Yeah.
On defense, there was incremental, like slow step up. And I think it was pretty solid. But the issue is he's losing games that he doesn't even like. We shouldn't even be we have no business losing these games. For example, Baylor, West Virginia, Texas Tech. Kansas on the road, debatably. Bedlam is Bedlam. Texas is Texas. But, Kansas on the road, Texas Tech, Baylor, those are just games that we shouldn't even be in. And that's where it's concerning, is those kind of losses. And then you compound that with there's been no step-ups. I mean, the defense has looked better, but the outcome is the same.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that contract extension looks kind of premature at this point. I don't know. I don't even know what to think. I don't know what my move would be if I was Joe C. I don't know what I would do.
I mean, my whole thing is that there's only a certain point that you can be the best person in the world. I understand. And I think that it is much needed to implement. I had a class last year with Josh Norman. Great guy. Spencer, I saw your tweet. I think I retweeted. Great dude.
Mm-hmm.
And he does a lot of he's pretty much one of the head guys of Soul Mission. So yes, you want to breed these guys into being great leaders, great young men. I understand that. And that is what we need. But if we had someone just complete, I don't even know a word to use, just a terrible human being that had us at 10-0 right now, no one's batting an eye. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. If we were playing dirty and doing whatever, and we're 10-0, we come on this podcast and we're saying, "Hey, we're 10-0. We're going to Natty." I'm literally not. There's nothing that's going to bother me because I love winning and I hate losing. So whatever you have to, obviously, no, I don't want you coming out there with Shanks, and be now I got this W. No, obviously not. But if we were just kind of one of those grimy teams that are just gonna kind of do whatever we got to do to get by and win, and it's 10-0, I'm cool. So my thing is, BV at what point? And I don't know if it's maybe he's just not it, but I think he is relying too much. He puts too much trust into the people he hired and other people rather than to be a head coach, which is I am the leader of this program. And whatever I want to do, that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
That and some of his decisions, I'm going to use this one. Xavier Robinson looked like the best player on our entire offensive team.
He was phenomenal last night.
And he's at 4 games, and they want to redshirt him. I guarantee you they don't play in the rest of the season because they want to redshirt him. He took 2 snaps against Texas, and he took 2 snaps against Ole Miss. That's 2 games that he played in, or else he'd be at 2 games right now. And we could play him the rest of the season.
Why are you putting him for 2 snaps?
For 2 snaps. What did he do for those 2 snaps? Probably nothing. He probably sat there, maybe got a handoff. I just don't understand coaching decisions. His coaching decisions are awful.
They probably did not think that they were going to go to running back 5 as running back 1 ever. Probably. So that's to be fair there. But at the same time, don't go out and play players that have potential just to play them.
Yeah, don't play them just to play them.
Don't waste their snaps because they only have so many.
Yeah, and it's not like running back 1 through 4 are all hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
why are you playing them?
And it's just I don't understand how we don't see. There's no way he just just locked in. He just sat up in his chair and was like, I'm about to be raw. I'm going to be good. I know you saw it during practice.
Yes.
So why?
I agree.
And I think it's hey, DeMarco, hey, whatever you think's best, stop that.
Stop
whatever
DeMarco.
You see,
get DeMarco.
That's the one thing
Yeah.
I'm not on it because
Yeah.
he's got like 2 or 3 running backs that look pretty good right
They
now.
look good.
So I mean,
yeah, they look good.
but my thing is,
Not good
I
enough.
trust my eyes better than I trust someone else. If I see him running through tackles, breaking tackles, I'm saying start him.
Yeah.
And DeMarcus like, nah, we got to go with if it's Taylor Tatum. And I'm really high on Taylor Tatum. I think he's really good. But if I see in practice week after week or this past week, Xavier Robinson is running better than Taylor Tatum, I'm starting Xavier Robinson. Not in the last 4 minutes of the game. I put him in, and it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Because if he could do that in the last 4 minutes, what could he have done the other 56 minutes of the game?
Yeah.
So that's I just think that he's called countless game, like clock management, awful.
Yes.
Awful. So it's like, I don't know. Maybe his brain is not big enough to operate the entire team. And if that's it, then at some point you just got to sit down and be real with yourself and say, hey, I might have to take a pay cut and just say, hey, I'm only so good and I can only be a DC.
Yeah.
Because now you're just costing yourself. Because if he's digging himself in the hole, no one's going to hire him.
Yeah.
No one's going to hire him.
That's the big thing is like if he got fired,
He's going to go to Memphis.
where's he going? Yeah,
he's literally gonna
he's
go to
not going
Memphis.
to a Power 5.
He's
If
gonna go to Memphis.
if I'm a Power 5 school and I see that record,
He could probably go to like I don't even.
I would
I'm
say,
trying to think.
there's some
He
Power
could go
Fives.
power 4, whatever that
Yeah.
would.
Well, no, I'm saying there's some Power Fives down there that are
No, that's what I'm saying. He
Like
could definitely go to like
Boston-
the bottom. Yeah,
Boston
Boston College.
Well,
or
Boston
something
College
like
is
that.
Power Five.
I'm
Yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
No, I get what you're saying.
you know, I'm saying like
He's
an
not going to
actual
powerhouse.
Yeah.
preeminent school.
Where
Yeah.
he has a legitimate
Yeah.
chance to probably like win.
Yeah,
the
that's
Natty.
you know, yeah, that's what I mean.
I just think this whole situation reminds me of, and Oklahoma State fans will know this one well. This reminds me of Mike Boynton.
Yeah. Yep.
He was their basketball coach for a few years. I mean, like, let's just go ahead and look it up.
Yes.
Mike
I know
Boynton-
exactly where you're going with this.
Mike Boynton is a fan favorite, a
Yes.
fantastic guy, fantastic coach, fantastic person. He's just a great guy.
Yeah.
And okay, so he was there for 7 years. That scares me.
Yeah, 8 seasons, man. That's great.
So, anyways, so Mike Boynton, fantastic guy. The fans loved him. The school loved him. Like the administration in the school really loved him. And but I had a buddy that went to OSU and was a basketball fan there and said, great guy, great recruiter, cannot coach basketball games.
Mm.
He cannot win basketball games. In that era, they had Cade Cunningham. They lost in the second round of March Madness. Like, you have literally the number 1 pick and you're losing it. It's just crazy. But that's what Brent Venables reminds me of. He has this. He's a great guy. The fans love him. The administration really loves him. He's just not winning football games.
Yeah.
The issue is that with that is this exact thing that happened at Oklahoma State. You keep him.
For 7 years.
You keep him. That's the issue. Is when you like a guy for everything he does off the field, you are willing to not look at what he does on the field, and you keep him, and you keep performing bad on the field.
Yeah.
And that's terrifying because, I mean, just like Mike Boynton at Oklahoma State, his second year he goes 12-20, and at that point you should start thinking,
Yeah.
5 years in he's 500, and then they finally call it 7 years in he's 12-20, and just like BV, just over 500 and just under 500 in conference play. So yeah, it's just like you can't let it. It's just tough because I'm not gonna come on here and say fire BV,
Yeah.
but I don't know what I would do because you can't let yourself do this.
That's the biggest fear for me is exactly what you just said. BV is a fan favorite. He's been an OU guy. He won a national championship here as a defensive coordinator. His kids were born here. Everybody loves who BV is. But at what point do you look at our team and be like, this is a dumpster fire, and it's really not going anywhere? We've gotten top 10 classes every year BV's been here. why are we going to have a losing season this year? Why are we going to go 5-7 this year when we've had 3 straight top 10 classes? It's coaching. And it's coming down on BV. And all of us thought, and I might say something crazy here, but it's like, all of us thought Seth Luttrell was the problem. When Jeff Lebby was here, I thought Jeff Lebby wasn't that great. Even though our offense statistically was good, I didn't think they were that great. I didn't think Dylan Gabriel was that great. He wasn't, and he was pretty good, but I think I was just comparing him to Caleb and Baker and all this stuff. But now it's like, maybe the whole time it's been BV. And that sucks to say, because BV, just like Mike Boynton, is one of those guys that you want to succeed so bad. I want to see Brent Venables do well so bad. Not just because I love OU, but because I love who he is and what he stands for. But when you have 2 losing seasons out of your first 3 years, and you've lost some really bad games, I don't know. If I'm Joe C., I am just like, what do you do here? Because first off, say theoretically he was to fire Beef at the end of the season, who's he going to get? Who's he going to get coach?
Kurt Cignetti.
Kurt Cignetti out of Indiana.
Throw the bag at Kurt Cignetti. That should be the narrative, man.
That's the one guy is Kurt Cignetti.
Kurt Cignetti.
He's a dog. But that's the thing is like,
EMU.
That's not going to happen. We're not going to fire BV.
Oh, yeah.
And it sucks. Not that it does suck. It does suck. It does suck because we're going to suck next year. And we're not going to be good. And I don't care. You can't flip an O-line in 9 months. You can't flip a quarterback in 9 months. I think we either throw a bag at another coach or we throw a bag at a quarterback and an O-line.
I told Colby this on the way back. I said there's literally only 2 types of coaches in college football that succeed.
Yes,
And it's, I don't want to use, I don't think.
Say cool.
No, I said like cool. I'm trying to figure out for like
hard. Old school.
Yeah, like old. There you go. That's a good word. Old school and cool. Those are the 2 coaches in today's college football scene that work. Deion Sanders, what is he, everybody? Cool. Hey, I got everybody in here. Everybody, y'all gonna have y'all's IG handles on y'all's practice jerseys. We finna be lit. I got the camera crew. I got Rick Ross in the locker room after we win. What's he doing? He didn't turn them rascals around.
He did.
They are good.
They're good.
They are good. I can confidently say Colorado is good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're good.
They're good.
And then you go and look at Kurt Cignetti. He came from JMU. He brought everybody over with him. And, bro, it's just old school.
Old school.
You go look at Georgia. I know they're kind of whatever, but look at Kirby Smart. Old school.
Old school.
You watch. I saw that video. Hey, tuck in your shirt. Blah, blah, blah. Everybody's shirt's tucked in.
Yep.
Straight. Dan Lanning is the one that's kind of like right in the middle because he's kind of cool, but he has like that Nick Saban and like Kirby Smart because he was literally under him. So he's got that old school. So he's the only person I can think that's a mix of both.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you got to pick one of the 2. BV is
It's too much.
I don't even know.
What
He's
is
like
he?
in a separate category where it's just like, I don't even know what to put it, like categorize him.
I would say his coaching style, like his like schemes, are old school.
Old school, yeah.
But his style, like off the field, is like low key trying to be cool.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like putting in, guys like Caleb Kelly and Josh Norman in the program.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I
can agree with that. I
Yeah.
can agree with
But
that
I just
whole
think,
statement.
like, I was just thinking about it, and I'm like, what do we have to go? Because Kurt Cignetti, I think about, like, he would honestly probably be.
He'd be perfect.
But I just know.
Be perfect.
I mean, it'd be one of those things, like, I think it'd be like Nick Saban, where it's just like, man, we wearing black cleats.
And I love it.
Okay with that. That's
I
OU.
love it.
And
That's
what we need.
OU.
And I'm
Yeah.
saying I think it would be like that.
Yeah.
And as much as I would hate it because I love seeing Drip and the Jordan 3 cleats. But y'all can play barefoot for all I care. If it means we win, cool.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Cool. Because
Yeah.
I'm tired of seeing I'm seeing all these people, we're so dripped out, and you suck.
Yeah.
Being dripped out and sucking, that's the worst combo. You
That's
got to pick
the
one. I said it
worst
yesterday.
combo.
I said Jackson Arnold. We hadn't even got to him.
Oh,
I said,
Lord.
you got to pick something because you can't have no drip and suck. You got to pick one. You either got to be drippy and suck or
That's facts.
just figure it out because it's really going to piss me off if I see him. I feel
he has no drip.
And I know this has nothing to do with playing football. But it just made me mad.
It just pissed
because
me
it
off.
just didn't even look like. It looked like bro didn't even get ready for the game. He was just like, and he walked out. It's like I'm gonna put the sleeve on, and I'm ready for the game. And then he just walked out there and laid an egg.
It's so funny when you say that because drip has nothing to do with play. But I completely agree. When I see my quarterback and he just looks
like a bum.
He looks like a bum.
Drew Pine had more drip. And also, I don't think I always forget to say it. Take that stupid Vices off your head, and that is the reason you are awful. Put that Speed Flex on. I promise you put that Speed Flex on, you're back.
Yeah.
That Vices, it's not working for you, buddy. I'm sorry.
Well, back to Kurt Cignetti. Something I want to say here is that
look at him.
I would get really excited if we hired Kurt Cignetti.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I think right now, and this is just the state of all OU fans, is I think everybody kind of feels this impending doom. The rumors are starting to get stronger and stronger that we're the next Nebraska. We don't really see a bright future. A lot of people are now starting to question BV a little bit, and you're just seeing this decline of negativity that's going to plummet down. And if we keep going the same track that we're going on, we will be Nebraska. We will suck the next 10 years. And so I think, and I said this with Seth Luttrell, but it's like, if you had the fattest nuts in the land and you say, BV, I love you as a person, but this program isn't going where it needs to be going, and as AD, I need to make this decision, and he goes and hires Kurt Cignetti, I think that would ignite this program, and it would be really exciting. I don't think it's going to happen. I really wish it did because Kurt Cignetti is a winner, and he's proven that. He proved it at JMU. Why in the hell is JMU ranked last year? Why? And they were balling out. Kurt Cignetti did that. Look at Indiana, 10-0. I picked them over Ohio State. I think they're in the playoffs regardless of what happens in that game. I'm just saying, I think it would ignite. It would flip the whole program in a good way because right now it's just negativity. We're seeing recruits that are probably going to dip. Guys are going to hit the portal, and it's just an impending doom of negativity.
Kurt Cignetti also
Give me Kurt.
took like 20 JMU guys, and put them on this Indiana team. Curtis Rourke, the starting quarterback, was at Ohio.
Yeah.
He transferred from Ohio. You cannot tell me he was a two-star. He's from Canada.
He didn't play by the same rules. Canadian football's literally different.
Exactly. They're probably playing indoor.
We played Canadians when I was in high school.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And bro's leading a team to 10-0 season because he just has dogs.
So we're talking about this.
Yeah, that's just.
I did not realize how bad it was.
Oh,
I've seen 44 million.
golly.
I keep seeing 44. I don't know why, but it's 51.
I didn't realize how bad it was. So essentially, last summer, literally a few months ago, ironically, just a few months ago, we signed Venables to a contract extension, 6 years, the total value of $51.6 million, which means if we fired him this offseason, we'd probably have to pay him about $40 million to leave. And then we'd also have to pay Kurt Cignetti a similar
probably 9 to 10.
Give him a contract.
8 to 10. Yeah.
Of that value. So we're probably, and I'm going to be completely honest, I don't know if Oklahoma just has the bread like that. I'm going to be honest.
No, they've been raising our tuition.
Yeah.
They don't have the bread for that.
I don't think OU's got the bread for that. So we might, that contract extension is looking really rough. Let's say that we did do it. Let's look at Kurt Cignetti. Kurt Signetti, compared to Brent Venables, about 500 overall head coaching record. Kurt Signetti is 129-35.
Jesus.
And he, fun fact, was the wide receiver coach at Alabama,
Jeez, that's like
who coached Julio Jones
Jeez.
and recruited Heisman Trophy winner Mark Ingram and Dante Hightower.
Hightower was disgusting.
So, yeah, there's that.
So this rascal can coach football.
He can coach football, and
Yeah.
we're not going to get him because we have to deal with we have a huge contract. So
Why did we the 6-year extension?
It's crazy.
Why? Why did we do that?
Soul mission, bro. It's a soul mission, bro. He's turning boys into men.
They're selling cars.
They are. He should be selling cars.
Wow. Well,
I
that's
want to.
Oklahoma. Oh no, go ahead.
No, I feel like we've been ragging on BV for most of the thing, but I mean today is post game Mizzou. It was BV, but I cannot let these players get off the leash. I have to cook some of them.
All right.
I'm not gonna cook.
Are you thinking the one that I'm thinking of?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna bring that up. I'm not gonna do that because, bro.
I'll bring it up, but I'm not going to bring it up for that reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to Jackson. I am also. I mean, y'all know by now. I'm a Michael Hawkins guy, and I think I keep. That is what's making me so mad is that I know, I could almost guarantee, and Spencer, I know you'll probably disagree, but I can just guarantee it that Michael Hawkins doesn't fumble the ball 3 times yesterday.
No, that's fair.
I can almost guarantee it, and I can just. And I saw a tweet, and it said it's Zach Sanchez, the DB from OU from like 2014, whatever. He was like really sometimes good, but sometimes he was awful. And I used to.
He had a clutch pick against Bama.
He did.
Yeah.
He said, 11 got to go when them lights are bright. That boy is trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already know what that means.
And
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. Every single I'm looking back to the times that he has had to play literally when the lights are on.
Mm-hmm.
What has he done? Sold. Tennessee, sold. Mizzou, sold.
Alamo Bowl.
Alamo Bowl, night game, sold.
Yeah.
Don't ever play that rascal at night. That's just
Yeah.
I just don't think maybe he's scared of the dark. He might be scared of the dark. Because it's just that and to come on your pro or your whatever after practice and say, I love road games. I like going in there and stepping in and blah blah blah.
Oh, do you?
I don't.
You don't like home games.
I'm not sure. I don't think you like playing football. I really don't think you like playing football. Because whether your time is coming to an end, it's coming to an end. I just don't. I don't understand why. And I know everyone was excited. Oh, Jaleel, Farouk, and Deion Burks are going to come back. Great. We could have Megatron, Prime, OBJ. We could have CD Lamb come back.
Yes.
And they would have this many yards with Jackson Arnold because he's not going to throw it to him.
Yeah. Dion, wide open.
Wide open. Like
Doesn't matter.
He's crashing out.
Yeah. Megatron could be wide open. It doesn't matter.
Literally, you could get
Yeah.
prime Julio Jones, the best receiver you could think
Devonta
of.
Smith. Does.
Anybody.
Yeah.
You could get him on this team, and they would be awful.
Yeah.
Because he can't. He set Deion Burks up. Deion Burks would be running wide on a slant. Then he wouldn't throw it. But the one time where I know you see this safety coming, I know you saw him. He throws it to him. Boom! Fumbles the ball.
Lights out. Lights out.
Terrible throw.
That's not
Yeah.
even.
Lights
And then
out.
to end the game, he gets smashed.
Yeah.
He's cooked. Like
Yeah.
he literally has a concussion. I probably wouldn't play another snap the rest of the season. I'd be like,
Yeah.
no, I'm done.
No.
I'm done.
Yeah. I'm really scared about December 9th, particularly with our receiver group, because and I'm being honest, if I am an elite receiver at OU, I'm not coming back. I'm not. You look at the quarterback situation. If I'm Dion and I'm thinking I need to go to the league and I'm wide open in the end zone and I'm just sitting here dancing and my quarterback's looking at me and then just
Take a sack.
falls, Wheezy Outy. I'm going to get my bag somewhere else where somebody's going to actually throw me the ball. And that's really scary to say. With that being said, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Danny Sutzman, I wanted to bring this up. Danny, you had an amazing game yesterday. 19 career high, tied career high for tackles. Crying after the game. And I thought about this because at first I was like, I'm going to cook him but then I thought I was like, him crying after the game tells you everything you need to know about this football team, which means that he knows and everybody else in the program knows that they lost that game, they're not going to a bowl game. And you can't tell me he was crying because he was upset that he lost to Mizzou. I think he was crying because he's like, I came back here to do something with this team.
And it's this.
And now we're going to lose the last 2 games of the year. My draft stock has gone down, not because of how I've played, but purely just because of how terrible my team is. And I don't think that's really like that big of a factor. What I'm saying is like him crying is a telltale sign that he knows the season's over. And if he knows the season's over, everybody else in that program does too. And you can't tell me BB's going to sit here at a press conference and say, my guys it doesn't faze them. They don't bend, they don't break. Your best player on your team, your leader, was crying after the game because he knows the season's over. It's a bad situation, I know you.
I mean, it's
really, really bad.
Literally, I remember I saw it and I said, wait a minute, whoa. And like you said, I literally was like, there's no way. Because at first, I literally thought he was crying because we lost. And I was like, crying because you lost is crazy. And then, like you said, I kind of sat there and I said, he could have gone to the league. He could have been playing today.
He would be playing.
And
today.
he would be
actually
playing.
He's given everything to this school.
And he has given
literally
for
everything.
as goofy as he is.
Yeah.
He has literally given everything he's got.
Yeah.
To come play Billy too. Billy probably played his best game of the season yesterday.
Yeah.
Lit Luther Burden up.
Yeah.
And those two guys both came back and said, I'm gonna come back for the team because they really had hope. And we cannot figure it out.
Yeah.
And I mean, yes, the defense has let us down sometimes. But then again, how do you... Mizzou is not good. At one point, I looked up at the scoreboard and I said, these are two sorry teams just playing each other right now.
Yeah.
Just sorry. Two of the...
Perfect matchup.
Perfect matchup. On paper, that is a great game to play 10 times. If our whole team was that game, it's probably a 500 split.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah.
Those are two awful teams.
We lose every away game and we win every home game, probably.
Literally, probably.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and what's so frustrating is like, I see a way that we're good with BV. I see us being like, I don't think he's just the worst coach of all time. I can see it, and I feel like I'm going to sound like Lincoln. Oh, it's just right there. But I honestly, it's just like, if you just, there's a couple things that if you do, I told you I'm gonna start stuttering because I'm getting mad, and I don't know. It's really, really sad, frustrating. My mom, we're driving back. It's like 3 a.m. Me and my mom are just texting.
I can't believe she was up.
And I was like,
late.
I don't even know why she's up. Well, we're just talking. She's like, what do we do? How do we get? She literally said, how do we get Mike to stay? He not. Honestly,
If I'm Mike, I'm gone.
I'm sorry. I don't think Mike Stain's going to help it much. I don't like.
I would rather him be the quarterback here than Jackson Arnold. That's all I want.
I agree. At this point, I agree. But we saw Mike. Mike isn't great. Mike is better than Jackson Arnold. He is not great. You can say he's great, but what happened in South Carolina was crazy. And
that was crazy.
That was crazy.
It was crazy.
Like
crazy.
literally.
I agree.
He had just as many chances to send us to a bowl game as Jackson Arnold did, and he had in an easier situation. South Carolina at home is easier than Missouri on the road, in my opinion. Well, South Carolina is good. They're looking good.
Say,
Carolina
would beat the crap out of
I'm
Mizzou
just
if
saying,
they
like,
played them.
At home, 11 a.m. is like that environment for a quarterback.
How many SEC games has Jackson Arnold won us, though?
I'm just saying that South Carolina game is not that hard to win. OU should win that game every time.
I don't think so.
I'm saying like OU as a program, correct, should win that game every time.
OU as like a program should beat South
Yeah.
Carolina.
At home every time.
Yeah.
And we would have, I argue, if Jackson Arnold or if Mac didn't like literally cook us in the first quarter, we probably would have won that game.
That's fair.
So Mike sold us a bowl trip. Jackson Arnold sold us a bowl trip. I think both of these quarterbacks have sold for this team before. So I don't think I don't care who stays and who doesn't. I don't care if we lose both of them. If they both leave, I don't even care at this point. Go find a new guy at the portal. That's my kind of take on it. I don't think either one of them are that great.
I think with Michael's situation, there's just, before we get into the predictions last week, I think the thing with Michael is that he's not much better statistically, but there are intangibles that he has over Jackson that clearly I would much rather have like Michael stay than Jack. Like when you say like you don't care, I would completely disagree. I care a lot that Michael stays.
I thought he had intangibles until that South Carolina first quarter. Because if you truly are that guy that doesn't get phased and doesn't allow mistakes to get to him, then why did he throw just fumble, pick six, and sell the game before we could even go buy a hot dog?
That game, that was terrible.
Like he had shit his pants before he bought a hot dog. Like,
him flipping in the end zone twice, Jackson's not doing that. The amount of times Michael has escaped out of the pocket, Jackson's not doing that. Michael breaking away for that run at Auburn, Jackson's not doing that.
Again, I think he's better. But both of these quarterbacks are bad, in my opinion. I started out saying both these quarterbacks are good, and I don't care who stays. I have flipped to both these quarterbacks are bad. After the South Carolina game, I was like, Michael Hawkins is just not that good.
Yeah.
And after this Missouri game, I'm saying Jackson Arnold is not good at all.
Yeah.
And so I just think, in my opinion, if we want to be good on offense next year, we need to go get a portal guy. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
I think me and Spencer are probably always going to disagree on this just because I just think Mike is, I don't know. Mike has also not had the opportunity with Joe John. I feel like he hasn't had that. I don't know. I just think that there is a certain, like, I don't want to use the word aura because that's just like a silly word, but whatever. Like,
I just can't. I feel like you kind of like Michael Hawkins for his vibes, and I just can't get behind that.
I just don't get how Jackson Arnold. Mike turned the ball over 3 times. I get that. Jackson Arnold has done the same thing multiple times. He did it in his first start. He turns the ball over 3 times.
I agree, but Mike's had 4 starts compared to Jackson. But I agree. Mike is probably better. I'm just saying Mike is not good.
I disagree.
Mike is just not good.
I disagree, but it's all right. And
I
in
guess
the portal,
we'll find,
I don't know who you go get in the portal. If you can name me a quarterback, I don't know. I don't.
There's
A good quarterback just does not do that to South Carolina at home.
I'm just saying for your portal argument, who do you go get?
I have no idea, but there's a lot of better players than Michael Hawkins and Jackson Arnold.
I don't know about that one. In the portal, who are going to jump in the portal? I don't know. I can't name you one.
That is an interesting question.
I cannot name you one.
Who do we get? If we got a portal guy, who do we get? All the good quarterbacks are getting drafted.
I can tell you there's got to be something better than Jackson Arnold. There's got to be something better than Michael Hawkins.
Who would be better, though? Like, name one.
I'm just saying... See, okay, can you?
I'm not like trying to argue.
Can you agree that there'd be one better than Jackson Arnold in the portal?
Yes, better than Jackson. Yes.
So in my mind, think in my mind, I think that Mike and Jackson are right here. They're the same. So in my mind, there's got to be somebody. There's got to be somebody because I think they're both terrible.
But it's just like who?
I don't know who. I'm not saying
that's
like.
That's where I think we disagree because you think they're like right here. I think it's like, obviously it's not. I don't think it's like this between Mike, but. I just think they're significant. Mike is significantly better than Jackson. Like, if you gave Mike as much – if Mike and Jackson were here at the same time, like the same amount of time they showed up on the same day, at the same time,
agree,
I think Mike would be better than –
I agree. I just think he's bad. I just think they're both bad quarterbacks and that we should just – here's my thing. It's really not even about the talent that they have. It's more about I just want to clear house. I want the whole offensive staff and players. I just think that kind of the way that with BV, it's like we had to kind of clear out on the defense when Lincoln left. It's like you just got to well,
then we're going to suck for a long
I agree. I agree. But I just don't think like keeping a guy from within the system is a good idea, especially since they both played bad. They have both played really bad.
Yeah. With that, let's get into our Around the World segment.
Yeah,
some
we did really bad last week.
craziness
We did really bad.
some craziness,
Yeah.
some madness and badness.
Colby went 2 for 4. Me and Kylan went 1 for 4. So Colby won on our score prediction list. Ole Miss beat Georgia. LSU beat
First win of the year.
I like that.
LSU beat Alabama, and
Stole the crown.
BYU beat Utah.
Yeah.
My
BYU
bracket,
Utah was awesome. My score was pretty much right there.
my bracket's cooking.
It is cooking.
My bracket's cooking because if Georgia comes back and loses in the SEC championship game, the dream could become reality, bro. The dream could become reality.
Crazy. Yeah.
About the
Wild week in college football.
Miami Hurricanes, huh?
Miami lost.
Dude, frauds.
I feel like you cannot go all season losing one possession games or winning one possession games and just not expect to lose one.
Hey, give me Smoo.
Give me Smooth. Give me
I
Pony
still-
up, baby.
I still got Miami. I still got Miami in that chip.
Pony up.
Give me Smoo.
Pony up.
Pony up, Smoo.
But
Yeah. It's going to be really interesting.
it's gonna be a crazy year to finish out. We're not gonna be involved at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Not
awesome.
one bit.
Can't wait to watch from my couch.
I'm about to check out at college football. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm about to start checking into NBA and maybe a little NFL.
I've got
But now, I'm about to check out at NFL too because the Bucks are probably out of the playoffs and so are the Broncos.
Golly,
So-
Jake.
Let me look at the NFL playoff picture. Not to go.
BV coaching the
It's-
Bucks too. Field goal. Field goal. Field goal.
It's so sad because Bake's playing so good.
Yeah.
The Bucks are terrible. Yeah, that's that.
Life kind of sucks right now, man.
Life sucks. We just the only good team we have is the Thunder.
Finals are about to happen, bro. I got
Hey,
projects.
there's some good things. We got this podcast. We got some.
That's about the only thing.
That's,
And my family. If y'all watch
Before
this.
today's
it's not
game,
bad. It's our teams are.
Before today's
Horrible.
game, the Bucks had a 33% chance. I would assume that probably dropped to like under 10% just now.
Dang.
So
Awesome. Well, yeah. Well, OU football.
we're cooked.
We're cooked. And it's
cooked.
a shame that this is how it ends for us with college. I mean, I graduated in May, but I'm still here in Norman. It's just a shame. And I think at this point in time, Joe C., we talked about BV having the nuts in the earlier to fire Seth Luttrell, and I think Joe C., you need to have the nuts to have some legitimate conversations about Brent Venables and where we're going with this program moving forward. We're cooked. Because I just don't see it. I don't see it at all. You guys have anything else to say?
Can you put this picture?
Yeah, I'll edit those in.
Can you put this picture for me? This is the hanging in there star. This is the hanging in there star. You post a star to let your buddies know that you're hanging in there, but you can lose it at any moment. This is the hanging in there star, and that is us.
Yeah,
We're
that's
just
us right
hanging
now.
in there, man.
Get in there.
They're hanging in there, man.
All right. James, do you have anything?
No,
All right. We'll be back on Wednesday.
I guess.
Y'all stay blessed.
Thanks, guys.